Hello Norfolk and Nottinghamshire class, welcome to your English lesson today. We are going to be spending the next few weeks doing some writing inspired by our destination reader book, Varjat Poor by S.F. Saeed. This week we are going to be learning how to write a diary entry so that we can entertain our reader. This is our first lesson of 5 lessons on diary writing. Okay, I want you to make sure that you're all organised for today's lesson. I want you to make sure you have a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper or your home learning book to write your ideas on. Go and get those things together, then press play and continue the lesson. Okay, fantastic. So we haven't started reading Varjat Poor just yet. So my diary entry is going to give you some more clues into what happens in the book because I've used the events from Varjat Poor to help me write my diary. I'm writing in the role of Varjat Poor. When I read this diary to you, I want you to think, what are those features in red? And I also want you to think, what is it doing to my writing? This is the feature we're going to be learning more about today. Okay, I'm going to read to you. Dear Diary, this evening the most exciting thing happened. You just won't believe it. I can hardly believe it myself. It started off like any other ordinary night. Just before dinner, Elder Paul was telling us amazing tales about my fearless ancestor Jalal. I just love hearing these tales, since they're the closest thing I'll ever get to an adventure in this mind-numbingly boring place. It really is. It's really the dullest life a cat could have. Then, after the others had gone for their dinner, the front door swung open. I was so frightened, my fur stood on its end. 2 shiny black shoes, each as big as a cat, and they were coming through the door. They belonged to a man I had never seen before. As the man strode into the hallway, I noticed 2 sleek black cats stalking into the Contessa's house. Who do you think you are, coming in my house like that? Okay, so there is my diary entry. And let's have a look at what has been written in red. I want you to have a close look and think about what that feature is. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, great. You're back. And have you worked out what the aloe is going to be today? What we're going to be learning about? Here we are. That's right. That was past tense writing. So today we're going to be using past tense so that my reader knows the events have already happened. So when we're writing a diary, the events we're writing about, they've already happened. So we write it in past tense. Okay, so let's have a little think about past tense. We've got past, present, and future tense. All verbs have got a past, present, and future form, and this allows us to know when something has happened. Is it already happened? Is it happening now? Or will it happen? Let's have a look at walked. Walked has already happened. It's a past tense verb. The present tense is walking, and the future tense, if it's going to happen, you will walk. The past tense is played. The present tense of played is playing, and the future tense is will play. I will play. So it hasn't already happened. And the past tense is wore, and the present tense is wear, and the future tense is will wear. Okay, so that's just a little look at past, present, and future. I'm going to continue looking a little bit more at that. Okay, so verbs. We're really thinking about verbs. Verbs can be used to describe an action, a state, or an occurrence. I often think of verbs as doing words. Here we have got a sentence. The monster roared from the roof. I've got another sentence. The building shook. And I've got another sentence. The children wanted an ice cream. Let's have a think. What are the verbs in those sentences? What is the doing word? What is the action? Well, the monster roared from the roof. What's he doing? He's roaring. He roared. Roared is the verb. The building shook. What did the building do? Well, the building shook. So shook is the verb. And the children wanted an ice cream. What was the doing word? What was the state of the children? Well, they wanted an ice cream. That is the verb. And they are all past tense verbs. All these sentences are past tense. They've already happened. Okay, let's learn a little bit more. So when you are writing, the verbs you use show if the events have already happened, if they're happening now, or if they will happen in the future. So, have they already happened? Are they happening now? Or will they happen in the future? Okay, so let's start off. Let's have a look here at future tense. So this is something that is going to happen. It hasn't happened already. Okay, so we've got a little girl and she has an ice cream. She hasn't started eating her ice cream, but she's going to in the future. She will. And so our sentence is, she will lick her ice cream. She will lick her ice cream. It hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen. And if it's happening now, we've got our girl, she has the ice cream and she's licking her ice cream. That means it is happening now. The present tense is used when things are happening now or when something happens regularly. So it's happening now. She is licking her ice cream. And we can see that she is licking it. We can see that in our head. And now the past tense is used for things which have already happened. So she was licking her ice cream. She's not licking it anymore. She's not going to lick it. She already was doing it. She was licking her ice cream. Okay, let's have a little further look. So past, present, and future tense. When verbs are written in the past tense, they often end in ed. And we can see here, jump becomes jumped. Let's say that together. Jump becomes jumped. Again, louder. Jump becomes jumped. Okay, great. And then we've got play becomes played. Play becomes played. All together, play becomes played. And then we've got walk becomes walked. Walk becomes walked. All together, walk becomes walked. And skip becomes skipped. Skip becomes skipped. Skip becomes skipped. But some verbs, they don't follow the ed rule, just like everything in English. Every rule we have, there's always the exception. There's always some that don't follow the rule. And these verbs are called irregular verbs. So irregular verbs, they don't follow the ed rule. And so run becomes ran. Let's say it together. Run becomes ran. Run becomes ran. And swim becomes swam. Let's say it. Swim becomes swam. Swim becomes swam. That's a tough one to say. And go becomes get. Go becomes get. And see becomes saw. See becomes saw. These are irregular verbs, and when they are written in the past tense, they don't follow the ed rule. Okay, so here I want you to do a little work. I have written the verb in green, and these are irregular verbs, okay? They don't follow the ed rule. So what we're going to do is we're going to match them with the past tense in purple. Now, I haven't put them up there just at the moment because I thought some of you are going to want to challenge yourselves. And if you want to challenge yourselves, you're going to press pause and you're going to see if you can write the past tense for swim, run, eat, wake, and drink. And then we'll pull it up. But some of you might be finding it a little bit tricky, so keep continuing the video and then you can do the matching. So if you want to challenge yourselves, press pause now. Okay, so we've got the people back who've challenged themselves, and then the rest of us, we're going to do the matching. So let's have a look. I have got in purple here are the past tense. Okay, so now I want us to match. Those of you who challenged yourselves, you can be checking to see if you were right. The rest of us, I want you to match the green verb with the purple past tense verb. Match them up. Say your answer out loud and then write it down in your home learning books or your piece of paper. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, wonderful. And let's have a look and see. So, swim becomes swam. Run becomes ran. Eat becomes ate. Wake becomes woke. And drink becomes drank. How did you do? Well done if you matched those up correctly. And even bigger well done if you challenged yourselves and you were able to write down the past tense verb. Okay, so let's have a think now. Why do we use past tense when writing a diary entry? And here's the answer. We use past tense when writing a diary entry because we are retelling events which have already happened. These are events that have already happened, so we use past tense. Okay, so a little bit more work for you. I want you to tell me if the verb is past, present, or future. So the verbs are written in purple down the bottom. Let's have a look. So we've got the picture there to help us. So we've got children swimming in the pool there and having a really great time. And the verbs are down the bottom. Let's read them together. Will swim, swimming, and swam. Which of those is past tense, which is present tense, and which is future tense? Which has already happened? Which of these is happening now? And which verb means that the swimming is going to happen in the future? I want you to have a little think, then say your answers out loud, and then make a note of it on your home learning book. Which of these verbs is past, present, and future? Do that now. Press pause. Okay, great. And some of you might have found this a little bit tricky, but that's okay. We're going to repeat this exercise, and I think you're going to get better and better at it. Okay, let's have a think. So, will swim. Shout it out. Which is will swim? Past, present, or future? Will swim. The children will swim. That's future. Hasn't happened yet. Okay, swimming. Swimming. Think of that little sentence in the head. What are the children doing? Is that going to be past or present? Swimming. Okay, so the children are swimming. That's present. And so therefore, swam is past. The children swam in the pool. It had already happened. Well done if you got that right. No problem if you didn't. We're going to try it again with this picture and have a look at the children. They're building a tower, aren't they? And let's have a think let's have a look at the verbs down the bottom. So we've got built, building, will build. Which of those is past, present, and future? We've got built, building, and will build. Say your answer out loud, then write it down on your piece of paper or home learning book. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, super, and you're back, and let's have a look. So built, okay, the children have built a tower. It's already happened. It's past tense. Building, the children are building a tower. That would be present. That means that they're doing it now. They're building it now. And if they will build it, they haven't built it yet. They will build. So that will be future. Well done if you got those right. Let's try another one here with these children who have got a skipping rope and they're doing some jumping. Okay, so which of these verbs is past, present, future. We've got jumping, will jump, and jumped. Okay, so we've got our rule that we learned about earlier, the ED rule, so that's going to help us. Jumping, will jump, and jumped. Say your answer out loud, then write it down. Press pause now. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's start off with jumping. Jumping is present. It's happening now. Will jump? Okay, good. The will jump means that they're going to jump. They will jump. It's going to happen in the future. And jumped, that's got the ED at the end of jump there. And so if you use that rule, well done. So jumped is the past tense. Jumping is present and will jump is future. Okay, let's have a look at our verbs. Played, will play, and playing. I bet you're getting really good at it now. Great. Okay. Say your answer out loud, then make a note of it. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, super. So played. There's our ED. So that would make it past tense. The children played. What about will play? It means that they're not playing yet, but they will play. So that's going to happen in the future. And they're playing. The children are playing would be the present tense. Super. Okay, so I hope that you were listening to some of the sentences that I was saying, because that's going to really help you with this next exercise. So we have got the past tense, we've got the present tense, and we've got the future tense. And we're going to write a sentence for each of these verbs. We're going to do the first one together. So I've got the children. I'm going to start off with the children. And what have the children done? They built a tower. So my sentence will be, the children built a tower. Say that with me. The children built a tower. Let's do it again. The children built a tower. And all together, the children built a tower. That's past tense. It's already happened. But what if it is happening now? The children are building a tower. The children are building a tower. Let's say that together. The children are building a tower. The children are building a tower. Super. Let's say they haven't even started building it yet, so they will build it. Let's have a look and put will build into our sentence. The children will build a tower. The children will build a tower. And that's our future. It's going to happen. Okay, it's your turn. We have swam for our past tense, swimming for our present tense, and future tense is will swim. I would start off this sentence with the subject, which is the children. And what are they doing? Okay, I want you to do sentence number 1, the past tense. Okay, say your answer out loud and then write it down. Have a look at how you're going to put swam into your past tense sentence about the picture. Do that now, press pause. Okay, and here's what I put. I said the children swam in the pool. It's past tense, it's already happened. Okay, so now sentence number 2 for swimming. If it's happening in the present, it's happening now. Say your sentence out loud for swimming and then write it down. Do that now, press pause. Okay, you're back and you should have put the children are swimming in the pool. And now the future tense. What happens if they're going to swim? Okay, what's your sentence going to be? Say it out loud, then write it down. Press pause now. And your answer should be something like the children will swim in the pool. So you've got your past, your present, and your future tense. Okay, I want you to do all 3 sentences on your own this time. I want you to say your sentence out loud and then write it down. The verbs are here for you. I would start your sentence with the children again. And what are they doing? What were they doing? What are they doing now? And what will they be doing? Okay, off you go. Press pause. Great, you're back. And so your past tense sentence. Here's mine. The children jumped over the rope. And then my present tense is happening now. The children are jumping over the rope. And your future tense sentence, it hasn't happened yet, it's going to happen. The children will jump over the rope. Okay, I have another picture here. And the children played. They're playing and they will play. Okay, do that now. Press pause. Okay, fantastic. Let's have a look at your 3 sentences. Let's see what my 3 sentences say. For my past tense, I said the children played in the park. It's already happened. My present tense, the children are playing. It's happening right now. The children are playing in the park. And then in the future, they're not playing yet. Oh, look at that. I haven't even changed that one. Of course, that should say the children will play in the park. Silly me, I didn't change that one. Okay, so my last one should say the children will play in the park. Okay, so now we're going to really focus on the past tense. So I've written a sentence, it's not in past tense, and we're going to fix it. We're going to turn it into past tense. So I've said, I will try to escape through the door. I will try to escape through the front door. How are we going to make that a past tense sentence? Let's have a look at my answer. I've said, I tried to escape through the front door. So that's turning it into past tense. I tried to escape through the front door. It's already happened. And we have a look. So will try becomes tried. Okay, so now you're going to do it. You are going to change this sentence into a past tense sentence. You're going to say your answer out loud and then you're going to write it down. Okay, do you know what to do? I'm sure you do. You're going to turn this sentence into a past tense sentence. I want you to make it so it's already happened. I am never leaving this boring place. I am never leaving this boring place. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, great. So you should have put, I have never left this boring place. That makes it into a past tense sentence. So am leaving becomes have and left. So I am never leaving this boring place becomes I have never left this boring place. This becomes a past tense sentence. Okay, so we've got here 2 sentences. So we will go to the dining room after dinner becomes we went to the dining room after dinner. What has changed in these 2 sentences? I want you to identify what has changed, what verbs have changed, and I want you to say your answer out loud, and then I want you to write it down on your home learning books. Okay, and will go becomes went. That's a change there. And so we went to the dining room after dinner. It's already happened. It's past tense. Okay, let's make this sentence past tense. I am listening to Elder Paul's tales. I am listening to Elder Paul's tales. It's happening now. But what if it's already happened? What if you have already done this? How would you say that sentence? I want you to say your past tense sentence out loud, then write it down on your piece of paper or home learning book. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, so I am listening to Elder Paul's tales becomes I was listening to Elder Paul's tales. The am becomes was. That tells us it's already happened. Okay, we've got another sentence to turn into past tense. We've done so much work today on past tense. We're going to get really good at it. Here's my sentence. My brothers are playing together without me. My brothers are playing together without me. It's happening now. But what if it's already happened? What would it be? My brothers without me. How are we going to change that till it's already happened? Okay, have a little think, say your sentence out loud, and then write your past tense sentence down. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, so my brothers are playing becomes my brothers played together without me. And you could have actually put my brothers were playing together without me, but I've put my brothers played together without me. So there's different ways in which you could have actually written it. You could have said my brothers were playing together without me, but I think my brothers played together without me doesn't sound so clunky. Okay, so are playing becomes played. Okay, so we're going to continue to explore past tense. This time you need to write your own past tense sentence about the picture. So here's Vajek, and I know the story, so I know what's happening in this picture. He's looking at that door and he really wants to get outside and go out into the garden. Okay, so that might help you with your sentence. So I want you to look at this picture, imagine you're the cat, and think of a sentence in past tense. I'm going to show you my example first. So I wrote, I waited by the cat door. I waited by the cat door. That's my past tense sentence. I want you to have a think of your past tense sentence, say your answer out loud, then write it down on your piece of paper or home learning book. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, great. And I wonder what you put. And I said I waited by the cat door. That waited is what makes it past tense. Okay, so I've got another picture here. Now, some of you may want to write your sentence before you see mine. You might want to challenge yourself. If you do, you can press pause now and write your sentence. Okay, and for the rest of us, I'm going to show you the sentence that I have done. So I've written, a tall man and his sleek cats walked into my house. That's my past tense sentence. I want you to write your sentence now. Press pause. Okay, fantastic. And we've got walked into my house. So that is our past tense verb. Okay, we're going to continue. Some of you may wish to pause now and write your sentence. And the rest of us, we're going to have a look at what my sentence is first. I've written, the cats waited outside the Contessa's room. Waited is my past tense word. I want you to say your past tense sentence out loud and then write it down. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, amazing. So once again, we've got a picture of a cat. What's he doing? You haven't read the book yet, so it might be a bit difficult to know what he's doing, or maybe you have listened to some of my sentences and you might understand what is going on. You might have picked up on that. Well done if you have. So just like the other ones, if you want to challenge yourselves, press pause now and write your sentence. And for the rest of us, we're going to continue and we're going to have a look at my sentence first, and then you can write your sentence. So I've said, Al Dapur told us tales of Jalal. Okay, I want you to say your past tense sentence and then write it down. Do that now. Press pause. Great. Okay, fantastic. So we've done so much work and we're really doing so well with our past tense. So we're going to have a little quiz, just like we've done so many times before. Write 1, 2, and 3 down in front of you, and then next to it, tick or cross. Is this a past tense sentence? Number 1, let's read it together. I wanted to leave this house forever. Let's read it again. I wanted to leave this house forever. Is that a tick or a cross? Put it next to your 1. Number 2, let's read the sentence together. The cats are walking up the stairs. The cats are walking up the stairs. Is that a tick or a cross? And number 3, is this a past tense sentence? I ran out of the door and into the garden. Let's say it together. I ran out of the door and into the garden. Tick or cross. What I want you to do is I want you to tick or cross whether those sentences are past tense. Tick if they're a past tense. If it's a cross, can you challenge yourself and rewrite that sentence in past tense? Great. Do that now. Press pause. Okay, super, you're back. I didn't think that would take very long. Number 1, I wanted to leave this house forever. I wanted. Okay, so there we go. There's our ED, so that's our clue. That is a past tense sentence. The cats are walking up the stairs. That means it's happening now. Are walking means it's happening. It's present tense. Okay, so that means it's not a past tense sentence. Who challenged themselves? Who fixed that and made it a past tense sentence? I did, and I wrote, the cats walked up the stairs. Okay, finally, number 3. I ran out of the door and into the garden. I ran. Ran is a past tense verb, so that is a past tense sentence. Well done if you got all of those right. Okay, so have I identified the past tense in each of these sentences? So let's have a look and see. So number 1, let's say it together. We sat and listened to Elder Paul's tales. Listened. Yeah, that's past tense there. Good, that's the past tense verb. Brilliant. Number 2, let's say it together. I was so shocked when the man swung open the door. So I was so shocked. There we go. So I've identified the past tense there. And then number 3, let's say it together. My brothers were teasing me all night. My brothers were teasing me all night. So I think I've identified the past tense. Do you think I've done that correctly? Write 1, 2, and 3 and tick or cross if my answers are correct or not. And if they're not, can you tell me why? Do that now. Press pause. Okay, so number 1, we sat and listened to Elder Paul's tales. Yes, I'm right. I was so shocked when the man swung open the door. Oh, swung. That is a past tense verb. It's already happened. He has already swung it open. If he was doing it now, he would swing it open. Oh, gosh, so I didn't get that. Did you spot that? That was a bit sneaky, wasn't it? Okay, and so my last one, my brothers were teasing me. Yes, they were teasing me. Okay, so now it is your turn to have a go writing a little bit of a diary entry in past tense. Now, it's a little bit difficult because you haven't started reading the book yet, but you've got a bit of an idea of what's happening. And it doesn't have to be completely exactly like what has happened in the story. That's okay. We're just going to practice writing in past tense. So let's read this diary entry together. And then you're going to spend 10 minutes writing a paragraph in past tense. Let's read together now. Dear diary, this evening the most exciting thing happened. You just won't believe it. I can hardly believe it myself. It started off like any other ordinary night. Just before dinner, Elder Paul was telling us amazing tales about my fearless ancestor Jalal. I just love hearing these tales, since they're the closest thing I'll ever get to an adventure in this mind-numbingly boring place. It really is. It's really the dullest life a cat could have. Then, after the others had gone for their dinner, the front door swung open. I was so frightened my fur stood on its end. 2 shiny black shoes, each as big as a cat, and they were coming through the door. They belonged to a man I had never seen before. As the man strode into the hallway, I noticed 2 sleek black cats stalking into the Contessa's house. Who do you think you are coming in my house like that? Okay, it's your turn. I've got some pictures here to help you. You're going to write just a paragraph of your diary entry from the view of Varjat Paul. You're going to use past tense so your reader knows that the events have already happened. You could write about the first picture was the Elder Paul telling all tales. So here he is up on the chair and everybody's listening. Or you could write a paragraph about a really tall man with big black shoes and two sleek cats coming into your house. Or you could talk about the two cats in the stairs in your house and what were they doing. One was at the top of the stairs, one was at the bottom of the stairs. It's up to you. I just really want you to make sure that you've written in past tense. Okay, you've got about 10 minutes to do this. Do that now, press pause. Okay, fantastic. And you're back and you have done some writing in past tense. That's absolutely brilliant. Well done, everybody. And tomorrow we're going to continue our learning based on the book Varjak Paw. What I want you to do when you're reading is try and notice the past tense when you are reading. Well done, everyone, for joining in the lesson. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.